This is a quick tutorial of my Easy Orbit plugin. I want to show you how to do something like this really fast. Let me rebuild a similar scene from scratch. First, a new composition. Then I create a solid with a dark background. And now let's create a shape layer that will have our sun as a shape. Let's put a white circle into that layer. It will be our sun. Now comes an important step. You have to center the anchor point in the middle of the shape. I use motion tools for that, but you can also do it natively in After Effects. You can go to Layer, Transform, Center Anchor Point in Layer Content. It's important because our rotation with Easy Orbit will happen around our anchor point. Okay, let me just center this real quick and then let's carry on. I also name our layers and give them appropriate label colors. Now I create a bunch of copies of this sun shape layer. They will be our planets and the moons for the planets. I resize them to have some variation. Now I'm ready to create a nice solar system with the Easy Orbit plugin. But there's one more thing that helps me visualize the orbits I'm actually creating. And that's the echo effect. Let's set the number of echoes to something higher than 1. Let's also set the echo operator to maximum and set the decay to 0.9. Then let's copy the effect with Command-C or Control-C and apply it across all the planets and moons in our timeline with Command-V or Control-V. Okay, now we're finally ready to create these orbits. The optimal way is to start from the smallest orbits first, so the moons orbiting the planets. To create an orbit, select first the object to be orbited and then keep selecting objects with Shift Select that need to orbit around the first object. So here I'm selecting the planet and then the moon. And then you just go to the Easy Orbit panel, set the orbit duration, which is the duration of one full turnaround in seconds, and then you simply press Create Orbit and bam! With the echo effect you can see how the orbits look like even without playing it. Let me set up the second orbit. I do it the same way by selecting first the planet and then the moon. And then I set a new duration and create the orbit. Now both moons are orbiting around this planet. I can update the orbit by selecting the planet and the moon, changing something, and press Create or Update. But you might have seen something weird is happening. If I update one of the orbits, both of them are updated. That's because by default the rotation is applied to the planet and both the moons are parented to the planet. In this case, both moons are forced to have the same rotation. So let's remove this rotation expression for now, and I'll show you the way that the Easy Orbit allows you to create individual rotations, even on the same parent. And that's what the Create Null Parent checkbox is for. As the checkbox suggests, it will create a null parent behind the object that needs to be orbited, and everything will be parented to that. As you see here, the null parent is named after the planet and the moon it's responsible for. Okay, now I can create the individual orbits for both of the moons. As you see, they have both their own orbit times now. And you can update them easily. And from here on out, it's pretty quick. I can create all the moon orbits, and then I create all the orbits around the sun. Remember, always select the object first that needs to be orbited. If you would like to try out Easy Orbit, it's now on my Gumroad store. Link in the description. Get the first release for free and tell me what you think. With your feedback, I can improve this and make it useful or more useful for you. Right now, this was just a proof of concept implementation, and I would like to take it farther to see what else you would need in such a plugin. The rest of the video is just me animating all the other orbits and then tweaking the echo effect to look nice, and then applying a color palette to it so it in general looks pleasing. Stay along for the ride. Maybe leave a like or a subscribe or a dislike. Yeah, or just enjoy. Enjoy the fun of creation. Oh yeah, I didn't put music because sometimes I think music can be really distracting, and you can just run your own music in the background, you know? Yeah, you don't have to pause your music to watch this video. But now I'm talking into your music, so sorry about that.